Good, good, very nice. So yeah, Ryan's not going to be here for FOMC this week because he has a dentist appointment. So you guys are going to get me for today. Um, but hopefully we'll be able to catch something, maybe get a OSFL, maybe go after these lows that Ryan was targeting this morning on the hour. Um, how was everybody's morning in AM? Pretty choppy PA, right? Xano, it's not my birthday. But yeah, no, I slept in. I didn't get on until like 10. Welcome, Habibi. Welcome, welcome. Mook, no, I trade AM as well. I just stream PM. But yeah, no, I need to start doing a little bit of like pre-market analysis and getting up earlier and doing all that, and I'll post it in my reliable alerts channel if you guys are interested in signing up for that. It's this channel here, and then I think it's the React channel where you can there you go, that one, where you can join the role. What's what? I don't think you missed anything, but yeah, what I'm looking at right now is where we're delivering from, and kind of the reaction we got to taking highs. So here we had this pretty instantaneous reaction down from 8 o'clock, and we're currently delivering out of this 15 minute. And I think we're just sitting in this like range of us holding this 15-minute gap here. Okay, this BPR. And then we're holding obviously this 15-minute here. So until one of these breaks, I won't really know the bias because there's not really like a clear draw other than this hourly low that looks like it wants to be taken. Um, Pretty sure that's like what, London low or something, or no, that's what is that, 6 a.m. low from like yesterday. So 6 p.m., not 6 a.m. And then this is kind of looking like LRLR to the downside and to the upside. So when we have conflicting draws like this, the best thing I like to do is just wait for one side to be taken and then ultimately target the other side. So yeah, that's about it. I won't be alerting or taking anything or really looking at any plays until after 2 o'clock when FOMC comes out, and then we'll just have to be more aware of what's going on at 2:30. But yeah, this is what is going to happen at 2. It's the federal funds rate that comes out, and then at 2:30 they kind of go into the Q&A and explain why. So yeah. All right, let me catch up on some of these questions. Why don't I do a free trial for the PM stream? This is your free trial for the PM stream, Tion. Um, oh, I am on NQZ. My bad. I don't know how that happened. I should have been on NQH. Good looks, good looks. But yeah, I mean, same thing, right? LRR here, LRR here. I have NQH on Tradeovate, and I had NQH yesterday on stream. I don't know why it switched back to NQC. That was weird. But yeah, um, do I think FOMC? Yeah, Sniper. The last few have been kind of mid, but usually the federal funds rate release will usually give us like some big movement, and then at 2:30 it's kind of mid. There's some volatility. It just depends on what Powell says in the Q&A session. Um, but yeah, 2 p.m. is the news candle. Which days am I not trading throughout the end of the month? I don't think I'll be trading the 25th, obviously, because that's Christmas. I don't think I'll be trading the 24th, because that's Christmas Eve. Isn't that a trading holiday? Or is Christmas Eve a tradable day? Okay, so yeah, Christmas Eve is a tradable day, but I don't think I'll be available for Christmas Eve, so I have to put that down. But yeah, we'll be canceling PM stream for that day. Um, I don't know why I forgot to put that down in the scheduling. And then I'll see about trading on the 26th, but we'll see. Um, yeah, we'll go over the best plays from this morning before FOMC. NQZ is the previous month's contract. NQH is the current contract. So, whenever you're looking at which contract to trade, you want to base it off of the quote for the contract. So, as you can see here, the volume on NQZ is 100K contracts, and then the volume for NQH is 313. So, you want to be on the one with the most volume. All right. And then yeah, Rumble, you should just be able to go to wap.com/NQReliable and it should just pop up just like that. But yeah, I'll give you that link too so you can do it. But yeah, wait. There we go. But yeah, I'm planning on doing a face reveal probably next month. But if you guys want to see what I look like, just go to my Twitter. But yeah. Cat reveal, I can do a cat reveal on the Twitter. How will I approach FOMC? Yeah, so Renee, I'll wait for the data week to come out, and then I'll just treat it like any other news event, like CPI or NFP or anything like that, and we'll try and take a OSFL setup. Um, but yeah, as far as liquidity targets, we have like conflicting draws right now. We like barely swept this high here. By the way, there's the proof. I don't know why I have drawings from yesterday here still. We ended up hitting that low that I wanted during stream, so that was good. But yeah, this was the high that got barely swept this morning, which is typically bearish whenever you see obvious high taken with limited displacement above and then a massive dump. So for me, the big thing is that we're trading between two gaps. We have the 15-minute BPR here that we're holding, and then we have this 15-minute SIBI above. And we need one of them to break in order for us to get a clear, bias. And then as far as draw goes, the only clear draw to me is this hourly low. So assuming that this 15-minute BPR breaks, I'm guessing the draw is lower, but I have no idea. We'll see what FOMC comes out. But yeah. Now let's go over the trades from this morning. So obviously this trade setup was probably the best one of the day. It was an A setup, but we just didn't hit that last low down there to sweep liquidity. So whenever you have like a missed low like that, you typically want to wait for that to get hit. So you probably didn't end up taking this trade. But the next best possible trade, I think, was probably this 30-second long here that ended up working. And I took this and it got break evened. And then after that, there really wasn't like an A plus setup this morning. So I'd say this setup was good. The close just kind of sucked on it, and all these targets kind of sucked. And then I think we put in equal highs here on this price leg. So then you got this, but this is really high. So this is like probably an A minus setup. So A, A minus, and then we just got chopped until like 11 here. And then we didn't really have like, I think we had like delivery here from the 15. Yeah. So if you saw this 30-second short here, this wasn't bad. And it went with the draw. And it was right at the macro. So this was okay, but it looks like it got stop break even. And then after that, it was 11. So not really a whole lot to say. But yeah, those are about the only trades I would have taken. This 30-second short was pretty good too. I'd say that was an A setup. Especially if there was an SMT here. If there was an SMT at 1051, which it looks like there could have been, that would be very good. So yeah, it looks like 1049 here was that high. And then no, we didn't sweep it on the following candle, so no, never mind, no SMT. But if there would have been an SMT here, that would have been very good. So yeah, I think that's about all the setups. Why don't I trade after 11? The setups are just lower probability, I found. Fair enough. You're talking about an 11-11 short? Was it on like the 1 minute? Yeah, this 1 minute wasn't too bad either, now that I'm looking at it. Obviously, all of these things are in hindsight, right? Go to break even at this low, but yeah, I don't hate that 11-11 short. I like the delivery. I wish maybe momentum was a little bit better. But yeah, that 11-11 short wasn't too bad. ES took London high. Yeah, you mean like there's an SMT here at high of day? Yeah, the indices were just uncorrelated all day. I don't think it was a bad trade, like I said. I think it was like probably an A setup. Yeah, William, it's all-time highest price action. So like honestly, I don't think Dodgy should have been as married to the low as he was, but honestly, it's okay. Like this low is very obvious, and in hindsight, we probably should have hit this low, and it probably will be hit. So we're kind of getting that selling pressure right now. We could start breaking through this LRR here, start attacking these lows. Um, if we close below this low and get a lot of momentum through it, we're probably going to attack this low, and then once we hit this low, we're probably going to hit these lows. So, sorry, I'm trying to keep up with messages today, but we have about double the people we normally have in here, so there's a lot more questions. Yeah, this is the 1 minute time frame. You can always tell what time frame I'm on by looking up here and seeing, okay, 1 minute, 2 minute. Um, I don't know what that question is, L guy. Do I believe in buying and selling pressure? Like, yeah, of course. Um, I think I got everything. I think I'm caught up, right? Yeah, I think we're good. Steve, I'm not sure. I mean, I almost, yeah, I'm positive you can hold trades through news on Apex. I don't know about through fundeds, but on evals I know you can because um Dodgy does it all the time, right? For NFP and CPI and stuff. As far as funded go, I don't know. I think if you're trying to hold a trade through news on funded, you probably have more work to do. So I wouldn't do it, even if the rules allow it. Oh, you have a runner from this morning? What, like a short? On the long leg up, probably not. Nah, there wasn't really a good entry here. What you'd want to see for a good entry here is like a manipulation leg or some sort of like retracement leg here on the 1 minute or 30 second to take long. Everything here you're kind of like longing based off of the sell side of the curve. Um, Maybe this 30 seconds actually not too bad, right? You could have taken this 30 second and gone break even at the highs and then gotten stopped break even once it took the high. But um, other than that, no, there wasn't really like a good setup to get long there. I probably would have just missed the trade. Yeah, Tian. So there's not really a good manipulation leg from today, but I'm pretty sure yesterday we had a good one. Usually like the 930 Judas swing is a good example of like a manipulation leg. But I'll find something textbook. Yeah, so this is actually a really good example here. So you have accumulation here. So typically when you want to anticipate a manipulation leg, you want to wait for some accumulation phase here, right? So clearly where price is accumulating here, through the 930 open. And then right at the 10 o'clock, reversal point that we're looking at, you see this big dip below price delivering into a separate PD array. And then that's usually your manipulation leg. Your manipulation leg is usually price wanting to deliver to some unfilled PD array or some, like for example, this was the new week opening gap. Okay. So you see price deliver down to that. And then this is your distribution leg. You obviously see price move up and hit its ultimate target up here, which looks like an 830 news candle. So this is textbook AMD here. Very obvious. I think we all took this when this happened. I don't remember. I think this was PMI or something last week. So yeah. CPI, sure. But yeah, this is textbook AMD. So that's how you identify like a manipulation leg. You just try and look for that setup specifically if you're trying to use manipulation legs. And then what's nice about manipulation legs, this isn't a very good example because we're on the old contract, right? Like if this was on NQZ, I'd be able to show you more clearly. But what you can do is you can take the fib tool and draw out the last leg of the manipulation leg to identify like potential targets. So you have -1, and what you do is you just try and line it up with like unfilled liquidity. So -2 lines up nicely with here. So you'd expect price to go to here. Obviously that didn't happen, but you need to see expansion over -1 in order to see that happen. And when you don't get, price is moving higher past previous highs, you can kind of know at that point, like, okay, maybe we're not going to go for -2 or -2.5. So yeah, that's how I try and identify targets at all-time highs if we have like a good obvious manipulation leg. Obviously right now we're not really getting that. Our manipulation leg for today would be like, okay, we have like this accumulation here where we're preventing taking liquidity and we're just chopping in this range, right? And then our manipulation leg down, could be the short to hit the 1 hour low, and then our distribution leg back up could be after we hit that low, and just see movement back in the bullish direction because we're at all-time highs. So maybe that could be what we end up seeing during FOMC. All right, let me catch up a little. Yeah, Pat, that makes sense. I don't know of any meta, but I just pay attention to it by looking at the daily candle. Thoughts on the 2 minute? I'm not taking any trades until after FOMC comes out in 10 minutes. Parzival, I have no idea. Trump could change everything, so I have no idea. Yeah, was that lunch lows here? Or yeah, that was lunch lows. So yeah, this could be like lunch lows being swept, and then maybe we get the inverse back up after that, and then I'm guessing we're delivering out of like a 3 minute PPR or something. Yes, we have that there. So this would be like an A plus setup probably, um, if we were to get it. But obviously with FOMC that changes things. We have to wait for that. Maybe an A setup since it's kind of in the middle of the range and we're just sweeping an ITL instead of like an external low. The best setups you'll get with an IFEG model are whenever we sweep like an obvious external low. So yeah, I think as far as the 2 minute or the 3 minute here, they're about the same. So you could take either and be okay, but I'm not taking it. Omar, yeah, I only trade IFEGs. This morning I took like a joke trade, just trading off the trend line there, ended up working out, so I thought that was funny and I posted it. Um, I think the first day probably, like maybe like the second or first day of January. I mean, people might be still hungover or celebrating from New Year's or whatever. So maybe like that Thursday, the 2nd of January. But yeah, I think price will be good. I don't think price has been the worst to be honest. Yesterday was decent, but yeah. But yeah, I guess while we have some time right now, for those of you who've never been a part of PM Stream, welcome. This is PM. We do this every single day from 1:30 to about 3:30, 4-ish, depending on the price action. And if you'd like to join and be a part of this, you know, for the longevity of the month, it's $50. And all you have to do is go to wap.com/nqreliable. And we take a couple trades a week, usually two or three, and try and get funded accounts passed. And I try and answer as many questions as I can, obviously. And yeah, that's about it. I also upload all of the streams we do, so this stream will be uploaded if you'd like to go back and look at it. Um, but yeah, I also offer one-on-ones too. So if you guys are looking to get a more personalized like trading experience, um, I'll sit down with you for a couple hours in the AM session, and we will trade together. And that'll also give you an opportunity to ask any questions, or tell me about any issues that you have with trading, and then we'll try and address them and work through them together. Um, but yeah, Diamond, we're mutually exclusive. We start at 1:30 p.m. every day, except for every other Friday. Every other Friday I take off because usually Friday PM price action isn't the best. It's kind of like Monday no news. And then I guess the only other thing would be if you're looking to buy any MFFU evals, now's the time to do it because we have apparently MFFU is changing their pricing model going into the new year, and all their evals and stuff are going to be more expensive. Logan, the one-on-ones are $200, and you get 2 hours of my time. And I think I've done probably 8 or 9 one-on-ones at this point, maybe more, since launching them about a month ago. So, yeah, Harms. I'm actually looking at Intel right now. I think Intel might be a good buy. Everybody's really bearish on them, and I don't think that they're that bad of a company. Um, AMD's fine; they're just really high. Intel is like a low risk, high reward buy. I feel like right now their GPUs that they're coming out with, like the B580, are pretty good. I'll probably buy shares. I wouldn't buy contracts just because I don't know. exactly what's going to happen with them, going into the Trump presidency. But um, with the Chips Act that came out and all of the stuff that they're being helped with by the government, plus the fact that their GPUs are better than Nvidia's, um, they definitely have potential, and they're super cheap. They're the cheapest they've been in 10 years. So not financial advice, just something I'm looking at. Obviously, they have their troubles. Their CPUs have been unreliable recently, and um, Intel has cheaper and higher performance GPUs than the 4060. The B580 is less expensive retail and offers better performance. No, seriously, GPUs. They just came out with the B580. I mean, Nvidia is going to come out with the 50 series cards soon, so like obviously those are going to be better. But for price right now, the B580 is better. And yeah, it does look like we might get this 3 minute long, but obviously it's right before FOMC, and so I don't want to take any trades. But it does look good. Like if we didn't have FOMC right now, I'd probably take this. Am I still trading next week? I'll probably trade Monday, and then I'll probably take the rest of the week off. We'll see about Thursday. Um, but yeah, next week's our off week for Friday, so I won't be on anyway, and it might just make more sense to take all 4 days off in a row next week. Um, but yeah, no, I'll probably trade the 26 too. So we did get the 2 minute inverse there. Now we just need to see if the 3 minutes going to inverse. Um, my advice for any over trading slash revenge trading is I kind of talked about it yesterday, but I have like a lot of like analogies that I use throughout PM stream. So the big one that I use is like viewing your mental capital, kind of like a gas tank in a car, right? Your goal as a trader is to get from point A to point B, from being, at $0 in your balance to whatever profit target in your balance, right? And so you want to try and reach that goal as efficiently as possible. Um, and the best way to do that in a car, for example, would be taking the path of least resistance, meaning avoiding construction, taking the freeway, finding routes that will spare the most amount of gas possible, right? And so whenever you're looking to take a trade, you need to keep that in mind, right? You need to try and prevent wasting fuel or mental capital to the best of your ability, because if you don't, you're not going to be able to reach your point B, and you're going to be stuck trading between that point A and point B. Um, so the best thing is to take the path of least resistance, take the most obvious A plus best possible trades. That's step one. And then step two is kind of quarantining your toxic habits, right? So the way that you can go about doing that is, having a separate eval or paper account or whatever that you don't really trade seriously on, that you break rules on, that whatever, that allows you to get out your toxicity and your bad habits, and then trading a serious account, right? Like a funded or a live or an eval that you want to take seriously, right? And then on that account, you only take the best trades, you only take one setup, and then you just try and continue to improve your habits and continue to try and take like the best trades, the ones that take you on the on ramp and get you from point A to point B, not the ones that take you through the construction zones or the back roads or where you miss turns or that kind of thing, right? Why is there's trend lines? This is LRR, right? So low resistance liquidity. Okay, so we're expecting, if price breaks out of either this 15-minute BPR here and we inverse to the downside, or this 15-minute BPR here, we're probably going to go for these two external liquidity points. So that's why I have these drawn out, because if we start to break through these highs or these lows, we expect to see more lows, broken to the upside. So we got about 30 seconds until FOMC here, so I definitely wouldn't be in any trades right now. But yeah, welcome everyone. All right, well there's the FOMC announcement. So it looks like we're gonna have a data wick here to the downside, and then we're also gonna have these equal highs to the upside. So both good liquidity targets. Now we just have to wait to see if something's gonna form. That will be able to take us to one of these places, kind of creating a OSFL condition. But yeah, Dodgy says to wait for one of these sides to be swept and then target the opposite. So it might make sense for us to hit that low, maybe hit the low below, and then target the equal highs right at the data wick. Or vice versa, right? If we come up, hit these highs, maybe react off new day, and then get a sell down. All right, well, there's the low that Dodgy was anticipating this morning. And so we took out that data wick now, so maybe we'll see some higher prices that we can target here. Not really any good inverse to get in back up here yet. This 1 minute gap is going to provide some good liquidity if we put it in inverse, but we just made equal lows here, so equal lows on the 1 minute might need to get tagged too. SMT, yeah, I bet, because ES has been more bullish than NQ, so not sure if we're going back up quite yet because we left these equal lows, but if we get like a very bullish V-shaped reaction, then obviously that will kind of tell the story. But yeah, it just sucks because there's not really like a good inverse to get in off of here. Maybe this 15-second, but you'd be taking a long instead of a 1 minute with equal lows below, so probably not the smartest thing to do. Yeah, very V-shapey back up. Definitely still want to wait for something more textbook here. Don't want to be taking an inverse here that has this bad of risk reward, right? We have about a 53-point stop and I don't know, what would this be? 40-point take profit. So probably not what we want to be taking, but I think these triple equal highs would be a pretty good draw if we got them. Where's the equal lows? Right at low of day here at 22,200. So yeah, they're on the 5 minute too. It's just at this candle low here from 940. So yeah. Maybe we'll see, another candle down, sweep the equal lows, put in a SIBI here, and then we can take that back up as the inverse. But yeah, we do have the press conference right at 2:30. Um, that's going to introduce some more volatility, but I'm not as worried about it, considering we've already gotten the federal funds right now. Yeah, the SMT is still valid, Mike. Thanks, Caleb. Yeah, yeah. Yep, I stream PM every day. From 1:30 to 3:30 to 4, depending on, if we've gotten trades or just the quality of price action. But yeah, yeah, it's $50 a month. It's just an add-on, and it's mutually exclusive, so you can just be a member of PM if you know don't want to be a member of AM or whatever. But yeah, swept the equal lows now. This is a lot of momentum down. Um, wow. Alrighty. Maybe we're going for this low now. W. To the tick at 10 o'clock, too. That's crazy. Hey, man, your teeth clean? Nice. Yep. We have equal highs at the data wick now. And then we have triple equal highs above. I think we had a pretty good liquidity pool up here. Mook, with this momentum down, probably not. But if we start to see V shape back up, then yeah, of course. So I would call this a high risk, high reward setup. I wouldn't take it, but this would be like the first inverse you could get it off of. The most obvious one though is this 2 minute, but the stop is 45 points here, so probably not something you want to take. Maybe like a confirmation setup out of it would be better. But this is just dumping. We're just going straight down. Nothing about this is bullish. The equal lows by the new week opening gap. Wow, we were just going straight down. Yep, yep, yep. So what do you guys think I'm going to say about the first inverse after a massive dump? These 30-second shorts, no, but in hindsight, they obviously look incredible, right? We got the delivery out of the 30-second gap here, and we just went straight down after that. Sure. All right, man. All right, so now at this point, like these 15-minute equal lows are absolutely in play, and the 20,038 level that Dodge is talking about could be a draw too. But we'd have to see how we react to this 1 hour gap because it's the last gap in the leg on the 1 hour. So if we deliver out of it, that could potentially work too. Wow, okay, that's a very big green 30-second candle. It's a 4 hour gap too. Oh yeah, you're right. All right, let's take a look at the 3 minute here. Maybe we need to see price hit that before heading lower. Yeah, if it's really good, Fahrenheit for sure. I should tell probably because we were just setting up liquidity for FOMC. That's what Dodgy was just saying. So yeah, we got 15 minutes until the meeting. Might just see price chop around for a bit here now. The 15-minute equal lows are at, yeah, 22,071. We just made more equal lows there on the 1 minute. All right, so 15-minute definitely looks like the draw here. Kind of expecting those to get hit now. Is it usually one-sided? No, you sometimes we'll get reversals, especially when Powell starts talking. Um, Before then, not so much. Obviously, I mean, this is a very bearish FOMC. Like, we've dropped 200 points, so I don't know if we're going to come back for this data wick or this LRR, today. But um, yeah, I mean, this looks pretty much like we want to complete the sell model, right? This being like the start down here, the new week. So whenever you see, selling pressure like that, probably means we're gonna head lower. Weekly open at 22,077. Are we on the same chart, Fahrenheit? Yeah, Tom. I mean, the longer the data wicks are, the better. But yeah, because it's equal highs, I'd count it. This 30-second short in hindsight was so nice. I just like was not short biased there at all. I was definitely anticipating like to run the LRR above here, but then this candle formed, and I was like, well, too late now. Out of options. So yeah, if you guys are looking for an equal highs and equal lows indicator, it's this one by out of options. So I can totally appreciate a $15 100K eval, but it's kind of nuts that Tradeify's advanced 100K is $3,000 of drawdown to make 6 grand, and it's trailing. They basically want you to pass two eval processes in order to get funded. So yeah, we're just chopping ahead of the press conference. I think. Who would have taken this 30-second here with the equal lows below? right, let's take a look. Yeah, it's a pretty bullish reaction off of sweeping the low again. I mean, obviously, we're going to come back down for these equal lows. There's no way we leave them. Paul, normally news has no correlation to how the market reacts, so I wouldn't look too deep into, you know, how the federal funds rate is reacting. We got this 1 minute inverse here. Obviously, the draw is lower, so not something that I'm going to be taking, but yeah, I only take A plus chasing. So the 1 minute worked the high there, and then obviously stopped to break even, but not something I would take. Don't know what we're drawing up for right now, but definitely a lot of momentum here. We just pumped 70 points in 4 candles, so any trades taken? Nah, no trades. Just tape reading at the moment. No, we didn't take that 1 minute. Oh, and he's cut out. Yo. Okay. Okay. For me, I'm not taking that because of the conflicting draw. We have the 15-minute equal lows right there. True. True. Yeah, I think a couple people did. Nice. Yeah. True. Bye. Just based off the momentum, Alex, he's saying. He's saying this 1 minute inverse here was A plus. For me, I think this 2 minute down would be better if we got it. Because we have the equal lows right below. Especially if we were to get it with like good momentum. So yeah, what would the stop on this be? So obviously you're shorting deep in discount, so maybe size down here. 22 points short down to the 15-minute equal lows, which would be here. So risk reward on this trade would be 1.65 to 1. Obviously we have another 1 minute 20 before this closes, but looks pretty good here on the 2 minute. Obviously this momentum down on the 1 minute is crazy good too. Yeah, so I mean, this is definitely just gonna hit. I mean, there's no way it doesn't. Is anybody in this 1 minute? I mean, this is a death candle through pretty obvious liquidity. It's bad RR, but I mean, these are 15-minute equal lows. And there's the target. Boom. All right, cool. Who took that? I mean, that's so fucking textbook. Cool, cool, cool. So I don't take the long there because I have the conflicting draw, but obviously I'm going to take that to the 15-minute equal lows. So we're not able to catch the 200-point move here, but at least we're able to catch something, right? So this is probably going to keep going. We're probably going to go for that 22.038 level that I have marked out. So I'm just holding a runner to that right now. But yeah, I mean, when you see a death candle like that, when we've been bearish, we're delivering out of the 5 minute here. I mean, you just got to take that, right? Does anybody need help like understanding that trade? I mean, obviously we're looking at the 2 minute, but I mean, we're gonna miss the trade if we don't take it off the one there. So eventually, momentum and stuff trumps, the singular gap thing that Dodgy always preaches. And there's TP2. So I'd be out. I'd be out like 80% here, trying to hold for like maybe these lows here. I actually don't know what this 20,002 level is. I think Dodgy said something about it, but yeah, ignore this blue line. I don't know what that is. I would definitely be out like the majority there. This feels like the last low that needed to be taken. Ursula, the only thing you missed was this 1 minute trade that we literally just took. All right, so here's the press conference. Now we might be able to get a good long back up. I mean, obviously this is very bearish, but all right, so looks like just put in this 2 minute now. That would be the gap to take, it looks like. This is very good V-shaped momentum back up. This to me is A+. This 1 minute, not so much. This for sure. We just got to wait another minute 30 seconds for the 2 minute close here. It might make more sense to just take off the 1 minute for the same reason this one is. This one, I felt like the draw was more clear. This one, not so much, but you can't fade momentum like this, so. Yeah, that is bullish LRLR, Panda. That 1 minute short was 11R. I think you're talking about the 30-second. This one. But yeah, 2 minute close here in about 56 seconds. Want to make sure I'm not missing anything here on the other time frames. Draw is definitely probably this 15-minute gap here. So TP1 there and then try and hold for higher. Just got to make sure that that's 1-to-1R. One thing I like to preach in PM is to take trades that are at least 1-to-1R or greater. And then if the stop is greater than 25 points, then I like to wait for a retrace or a confirmation entry. But this is like one of those scenarios where it might not make sense to just because of the momentum that we're getting off the low. We've just pumped almost 100 points. So it gets weird when you're in like high volatility conditions like this. The best thing to do is just size down. But yeah, the take profit to this trade isn't even 1-to-1, which kind of sucks, but we can find a way to make it 1-to-1, I think. Maybe we'll hold for this unfilled 2 minute here or something. I think it's a 2 minute, right? Yeah. So this might make sense to make it 1-to-1 and just go to break even at this high. Doesn't even look like we're going to get the trade though. So yeah, the 2 minute close happened right there. No inverse. Obviously a very bullish V-shaped recovery off that. This was actually a soup here, so that's bullish. We're delivering out of the, looks like it's a 1 hour BPR maybe? Yeah, 1 hour BPR here. So a lot of things telling me bullish right now, but what's a confirmation entry? It's like an inverse off of an inverse. So imagine you get the 2 minute inverse here, and then you wait for like a 30-second SIBI that forms, delivers out of like this 1 minute gap, and then you take that. Did I take the 224 30-second gap short on the 30-second before? Oh, you're talking about this one? Yeah, we took the 1 minute short, not the 30-second though. You're saying this, right? For me, that's not obvious enough relative to the rest of the range, but yeah, it looks good. We just took the 1 minute here down to the equalos. Lines up with 50. You're talking about, yeah, so if we draw that, yeah, that 2-minute lines up. So yeah, it might make sense to go back to 50 here now. That might be the draw, 190. So this would be like your, what I'm talking about when I say like a confirmation entry, right? Like if we were to put in a Sibi there, but obviously we didn't. So we got 5 more, 3 seconds, 2, 1. There's the 2-minute close. Obviously no inverse. Just gotta keep waiting. Am I crazy for trying this? What, did you soup it? No, that's not crazy at all, man. That makes complete sense. One minute short, I don't think that we have a good draw, but yeah, the bias is definitely still bearish. So if you want to try and take this now that we don't have as good of a draw, you can, but I wouldn't take this as like an A plus setup. This 1 minute short was 100% A plus in my opinion. So I don't even care that it's that low in the day. I mean, the draw is going to hit those 15-minute equal lows. So no 1 minute inverse there. What's my checklist for A plus? So I need to wait for like some external liquidity sweep. I need to wait for delivery from a, um, bullish or bearish for value gap, and then I need like a good draw. So right there we had all three, and then obviously I need the momentum, which clearly, I mean, this candle was 40 points in a single 1 minute. So obviously that's insanely good momentum. Why this is the longest taken out the last one? Yeah. So whenever you have conflicting draws, like Dodgy obviously I think was trying to long to the 5 minute there or whatever, but whenever you have like conflicting draws where we had the 15-minute equal lows here, we had this obviously, untapped ITL. It's just best to wait for one of them to be swept and then take the long after. And in my opinion, taking the long here was going against the bias, so I wanted to wait for those um, liquidity targets to get hit before trying to take a long. And what we were able to do in getting that liquidity target to be hit was take a short, hit the targets, and now we can look for a long. Yeah, so A plus checklist, what I look for is like some form of liquidity sweep, um, a delivery from like any gap, so 1 minute to 1 hour, good momentum, and then a good draw on liquidity. Um, and if we don't have one of those things, I won't take the trade. No, I don't think December's that bad. I mean, the last 2 weeks, obviously, next week is going to be especially bad, but I don't think this week has been that terrible. So here, the reason why I wouldn't take this 1 minute short is because the draw is kind of bad. Like, what is the draw on liquidity here? We've kind of hit every obvious draw. The next obvious draw would be like this 944 low, but it wasn't like 15-minute equal lows. It wasn't like the new week opening gap here. It's not very obvious. So 30-second short, yeah, I just kind of gave my reasons why I wouldn't do that. But yeah, now what I'd be looking for, because I think the more obvious draw is this unfilled 15-minute gap above, is I'd be looking for a long to that because it kind of lines up nicely with 50%. And then obviously we have the data wick above still, but yeah, to me the more obvious draw is up. Sucks that there's not like a lower entry here. Like no 15 seconds, no 30 seconds, no 1 minute, no 3 minute, nothing. Just gotta wait for this 2 minute, I guess. But yeah, how do you guys feel about PM stream run by me? I know we miss a couple trades here, and Dodgy has his opinions on what things are A plus, but for me, Yeah, for sure, Ja. Do you mind running coffee and chill in the morning? No, Punit. Unfortunately, I'm doing my own thing in the morning. I host one-on-ones for people. So if you're somebody that's looking to take advantage of me and my time, I host one-on-ones where you can come in, bring your issues, bring your psychology stuff, bring whatever, and we'll kind of talk it through, and we'll get some trading done at the same time. And what I'll do is we'll hop on at 9 or like 8:50, and we'll go to 11, and we'll just talk. And then I'll give you some feedback, and I'll give you a set of notes to review, and I'll also record the session for you to go back and look. And that whole thing is $200. So that's usually what I'm doing in the morning. That's why I can't run like coffee and chill. But yeah, yep. Yeah, AM session is not required. So if you want to join PM, yeah, the $200 is just for one session. But yeah, no, the AM and PM session is mutually exclusive. So if you just want to be a part of PM, you can. I'm 22, Omar. I'm the same age as Dodgy. Are we shooting for data highs? No, right now the big draw that we're looking at is just the unfilled 15 minute. But yeah, what Dodgy wants to watch for is this 1 hour to see if it's inversed. And if we inverse that, he's kind of anticipating price to hit this low, but we've already hit it. So I don't think this gap being inverse is that significant. Now what we need to watch is this 1 hour, this BPR, to see if it gets inversed. Because if this gets inversed, then obviously we're probably going to go for this low down here. Where do we sign up for the one-on-ones? Yeah, so if you here, let me see. If I show an incognito window, are you able to see it? Yes, very cool. Okay, so if you go to wap.com and then you type in NQ reliable, you get to this page, right? If you want to join, you subscribe here. And if you're looking to, oh, where's the one-on-one section? Oh, I guess you can only see the one-on-ones if you're a member. So I guess you'd have to join the membership first, and then once you're there, there's like a landing page that shows you like where you can buy the one-on-ones and stuff. You get access to like calendar bookings, see, um, and then from there you can book. But that's strange. Honestly, I'm gonna change how this works from now on because um, you kind of have to jump through a lot of hoops, and I'm sure that there's some people in here that don't want to sub to PM in order to get the one-on-one call opportunity. So I'm gonna change that because I didn't realize that this is how it was. But yeah, um, if you're interested in joining the stream, you can join 150 other people, and we're a pretty tight knit community, and we just trade PM and take A plus setups. So that's about it. But yeah, back to the chart. But yeah, going forward, I'm definitely changing how the calendar bookings works. Why is it dragging now? I don't know. Maybe because we've moved 250 points. That might have something to do with it. Usually, what do we anticipate after a big moment of distribution, right? Let's think about the model, right? So we anticipate accumulation, right? So usually, like the market can wait for Powell to be done talking, and he has his little press conference where he does his Q&A with the reporters, and he does all that. But usually, when we see a big dump like this, we're anticipating usually accumulation, and then after that, a manipulation leg, and then eventually a distribution. Now, what we might have seen is like this was our accumulation here, this was our manipulation leg, and then we finally distribute up, but we didn't get that. Obviously, we're just continuing to distribute down. So Right now, when the draw isn't really clear, I don't really know what else to target, but at least we were able to get this out of FOMC, this 1 minute short. So, where's your WAP? It's not on the marketplace, but if you just type in wap.com/NQ reliable, it'll pop up. Oh yeah, and then also if you guys are looking to get access to PM Stream in the future, it's also just under the Claim PM Access channel, all the different links with all the different purchasing options. But yeah, is this how you get to the calendar bookings thing? Oh, I probably shouldn't open that as an admin, right? That's probably gonna. Yeah, well, might not want to do that. But yeah, it does look like this 1 hour is going to be inverse, so maybe this is the target now. Maybe we are hitting lower. If we do, we still have another 15 minutes, but this is like insane momentum down. We're blasting past previous lows. Whenever you see price going beyond its previous lows or previous highs, you can anticipate, lower prices or higher prices, respectively. So, yeah, we're probably just gonna keep dropping. I haven't seen like a dump day like this in forever. I feel like the market's just been going straight up. This is cool. This is what I like to see because I don't like being at all-time highs when we're trading, and usually like I consider all-time highs whenever we're within like 500 points of the highest point. And so now that we're like almost 500 points away, now we can start taking like I feel better trades. I trade funded, Mark. What I do is I'll take one trade on my funded account in the morning. Um, and then I'll switch to like evals for the rest of AM. And then for PM, I'll trade a different set of fundeds. And then once I take one winning trade on that, I'll just switch to evals. So that's what I didn't do that this morning because I was just on eval this morning since we had FOMC in the afternoon. But I did that with this trade here. I took it unfunded and then now I'm just waiting for like the next setup. I'll probably just chill on this trade of eval that I have. Did anybody take advantage of that $15 100K trade of eval thing? What's my risk? $200 usually for 50K. I use Apex, MFFU, and Tradeify. I'm trying out Tradeify because they had a good deal. But yeah, I think MFFU is like the best value prop firm at the moment. They're gonna go up in price, but if you're looking to buy an MFFU account, make sure to use code reliable and you'll get 5% off. All right, Kelly, we'll catch you tomorrow. Sounds good. Noah, did you change your name? Snackzoo? They're going up in the New Year, Pats. They announced it in their Discord. They're doing this like whole advent calendar promotion. All right, Rowan, have a good pump. Nah, I'm from Michigan, crypto. Fuck Ohio. Ooh. All right, good momentum up. Yeah, I think this 1 minute would be valid if we got it. I mean, obviously it's kind of like the first inverse back up, but I think with the momentum it'd be good. Plus we have the macro now. Um, I like the 1 minute better, I think, because when you get momentum up like this off the low, you might not be able to wait for the 2 minute. Obviously, like if we get the 2 minute and the 1 minute, that would be the best because this is clearly short biased, and so this is like a high risk, high reward long. Um, but if we got it, like also like if we were to get it, we'd have to include the inception gap. But if we were to get it, like that would be like our first potential reversal point that we've gotten without conflicting draws. Obviously, if we inverse this 1 hour down, then that's going to bring up a whole other host of complications. But if we hold the 1 hour, then obviously that doesn't matter. But yeah, if we inverse this down, then obviously that starts to point towards this low as being the next draw. Because whenever we inverse that last gap, usually we'll run the lows. But yeah, so we put in that 1 minute inception gap. Do we wait for LRR to break? Nah, I'd say we would try and take this in anticipation for the LRR to break. But yeah, I think the 50% has changed a little bit now, right? Since we've moved to lower. So looks like we are going to get potentially this 1 minute here. 50% kind of lines up nicely with the 15 minutes. So a lot of things kind of lining up nicely here. 2 minute closes in 20 seconds. So hopefully we can see just price get up there like how we want it for the close. And not able to do it. Am I on NQH? I am. Yeah, we rolled over contracts yesterday. Yeah, William, that's kind of like the idea for sure. 1 hour equal lows. Where? No, I don't have them. Maybe they're on NQZ. Yeah, I see that, Tom. I'm not worried about the sell side target. No, because if we don't inverse this 1 hour gap, then I'm still bullish. If we were to inverse this 1 hour gap down, then yeah, I'd be more concerned about that sell side target, which we have about 7 minutes before that happens. So we'll kind of see. But yeah, I'll be worried about that sell side target if we inverse it down. What does inverse mean? Sure, sure. So inverses are our trade model, right? It's basically the last thing that happens in like the liquidity model, right? And it is like the highest confirmation, highest probability setup of all like the PD arrays, in my opinion, right? Um, that's why we use it as an entry model. So all it means is that price is disrespecting bullish or bearish PD arrays. And whenever price is disrespecting bullish or bearish PD arrays, that's very bearish if you're disrespecting bullish, and very bullish if you're disrespecting bearish. So in this scenario, this would be a bullish fair value gap, right? And we see the 1 hour candle breaking through this 1 hour, BISI. If we were bullish or price wanted to go higher, price would not be violating this 1 hour gap. So if it is violated, we would anticipate price to target the next liquidity target. That's what an inverse is. It's whenever we're inversing a bullish or bearish fair value gap. And the way we know it's inversed is based on the candle close. So if this candle closes here inside of the gap, it's not inversed. But if it closes below the gap, then that's an inverse. Did that answer your question, P Doggy? And a PD array is just a price delivery array. It's just anything that price uses to go from one target to the next. Cool. So yeah, 1 minute inverse failed. This first one here, but obviously it's not valid because not only is it not singular, but whenever you'd be trying to take this 1 minute inverse, you'd be wanting to have the candle close over both gaps, not just the one. So we respected that. Clearly, price wants to go lower. It does look like the 1 hour is going to inverse, and it does look like we're actually going to hit this low. So we've just dumped 400 points almost this stream. Pretty crazy. Oh, really, William? I've always called it price delivery array. I guess it's premium discount array. You know what? We're changing the name. That's what ICT does all the time. We're changing the name. It's price delivery array. It's the different things in price that take us from one point to the next. So in this stream, PD array stands for price delivery. It's all the same. What do I think of the LRR? Honestly, I don't think that any of this is like going to be ran. Um, we're just so bearish, and it is probably way too steep. Yeah. So we're about to hit that last target here. Almost hit it now. Yeah, NQ1, NQZ, NQH are all going to have different prices. So it's just best to look at the current contract, which right now is NQH. So yeah, there's the low swept. This is still incredibly bearish. I mean, can you guys imagine if we would have held that short down to the 15-minute equal lows? We'd be rich. We entered here. We would have had to tank, what, 40 points of drawdown, and we'd be up 170 points. Hey, 4R. Pretty good. So we got about 3 minutes before this next candle close on the hourly. I guess we're going for this low now. I mean, the momentum has not stopped, so I'll just keep marking out lows, and if we keep expanding past previous lows, then I'm just going to anticipate the next low to be hit. This could just be trend session. Huge daily IFEG. I think I'd want to see these gaps inverse to confirm short. But yeah, once these gaps get inverse, then I'm going to be very bearish on the higher time frame. But yeah, no, we're definitely going to inverse that daily there. I'm going to remove some stuff since none of it really matters now. Only thing I'll have left is the target here. So yeah, looks like we're probably going to go for that. What do you mean, Em? It's just 40% of your total profit. So if you make $3,000 profit total before you go for the payout, then the most you could have made in a single day is $1,200. So let's say you are going to take a payout and you want the minimum payout threshold, which is $1,300, right? Because that will get you the max payout, with the minimum amount of money you have to make. The most you could make with 1,300 is $520 in a single day. So as long as you didn't make over $520, you can take the max payout. And it's just based off of whatever your end of day profit and losses. But yeah, so there's the 1 hour candle getting put in there. At some point here, like I think that this low here could be a soup because we need to anticipate like the daily candle putting in its wick, which would require price to retrace a little. So maybe once we take this low, we'll see that wick getting put in. But rock solid, no. I mean, we get like good price action, but no, we don't see 400-point dumps in PM. This is just because of FOMC. We joke about it a lot. We say alert a 500-point play, and then I have the opportunity to today with this 30-second short, and I'm like, nah, nah. Now, most of the time, our plays will be between 20 and 40 points that I alert. Sometimes, like I think our biggest play ever alerted was 90 points. I think. No, 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 no. Just any day total. Any day total, and not just one trade. It's just any full day of trading. Ghost, because I know that like there's going to be another setup the next day. So why put myself into that stress? And then the other thing is too is like I place a lot of importance on figuring out the risk reward of trade and or the risk reward of a trade and figuring out what the stop is. And so if I don't know what the stop is on a trade, I'm not going to take it. That's why I don't turtle soup. That's why I don't, take random chase trades because how do you know what your stop is? Yeah, CR. I think I'm gonna take the 24th through the 27th off, but I might stream the 26th. I don't know. And then yeah, the price is still gonna be the same going into the next year. So we hit that hourly low. I'm kind of wondering if this is gonna be a soup. I think it could be. I mean, this is a lot of momentum down, so obviously if we start expanding below it, it's not. But yeah, sounds good, CR. What's a soup? It's just when we take a low and then get an immediate reaction after taking the low. I don't know, Fahrenheit. I don't have the stream pulled up. Usually after the New Year, Pat. Yeah, so this clearly I don't think is a soup. We just dropped another 20 points below the low. We're still just very bearish. I actually don't know what's being said that would cause this bearish of a reaction. I mean, we just dropped 400 points in an hour, followed by another immediate 60-point drop. Dude, oh my goodness. Where are we? What is happening? Yeah, we're going for COVID lows, I guess. Are we not due for a retracement here? Jace, I believe it's 6 p.m. Oh yeah, you're going for 1,600 points lower, Dapper. All right, man. He's expecting this to be like what? Black Wednesday, I guess. Actually, how big of a drop? That would only be a 10% drop. That wouldn't be. Is that bad? Yeah, that's pretty bad. 10% is pretty bad on a daily, right? Like, what's the biggest drop day in stock market history? What was it, like 26% or something? Yeah, that makes sense, Panda. Hey, congrats, Kafka. 20, 22% is the most. So how much have we dropped today? We dropped only 2%. That's not too bad. I remember there was a day if like a while ago where we had like a 7% move. Does anybody remember that day? I think it was earlier this year. So we got this 2 minute here that looks pretty good, but what's the stop on this play? Like 40 points. Yeah, what's new? Or you have this 1 minute that you could just get it off of. This momentum is pretty good. And we're delivering out of the 1 hour now, so definitely makes sense. I think it's pretty decent. I just don't know what your draw would be. I think I'm going to try it on an evo for fun. Why not? It's probably going to fail because it's the first inverse after a massive dump, but this is just for educational purposes. Yeah, the 2 minutes still holding. Obviously, the 2 minutes going to be a way better entry if we get it. I mean, we haven't seen a bearish PDRA inverse in how long? It feels like forever. Well, that's why you don't take the first inverse after after a massive dump. All right, Kafka. We will catch you later, man. Thanks for stopping by. Uh, you can't. You just play probabilities and try and guess, but nobody knows. If we knew that, I wouldn't be here. No offense. Oh yeah, no, Fahrenheit. It's ridiculous. The 1 minute hasn't failed yet, though, right? Oh no, I guess it did just fail. I lied. So here's 310. End of the macro now. Gotta wait for like 315, I guess. I mean, now that we've inversed this 1 minute down, we're probably going to go lower, right? That makes sense. This thing just doesn't want to stop. This is just like, you know how Dodgy talks about those dumb inverse plays that just end up working? This is one of them, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna work every time. That's so dumb. Why does that work? Why does that work? We've dropped 500 points, and who took that? Who took that? Who took that? That's so dumb. Oh my goodness. I mean, it's it's kind of like an A setup. We're delivering out of the 2 minute gap with a 1 minute gap. That's just obvious, right? It just, why does that work? It's so dumb. Hey, would I be a madman if I took that? Oops. All right, well. Actually, I'm not going to say anything because like some people don't like when I share trades, so I just won't say anything. Yeah, Steve. I think that's what most people do. Data lows? What are we talking about? Data lows. What? What is data lows? From when? 748? This is data lows. Oh, I have 733 on NQH. Yeah, it looks like a data candle. All right, I'll mark out 732, I guess. All right, if we got this 2 minute back up now, this would be good. This would be good. This would be like our manipulation leg after hitting the final target from 1211. But yeah, no. Isn't that funny how like when we're in like trend day conditions like this, every single inverse to the downside will work. This one worked to the downside. This one works that we took. Like every single obvious inverse will work to the low when we're in trend day. I think this is pretty obvious. These are like trend conditions, right? These are honestly the easiest days, but they're also like the most terrifying because like we're always looking for like the reversal when in actuality we need to be looking for like the continuation, and it doesn't make sense to continue shorting when we're using the IFEG model. And these are the days that like you can get wrecked on if you just like try and look for the reversal. But in actuality, you just need to know like when to switch up. And like when you see 9 million different lows all being taken and disrespected, and no like reversal signs, and even the macro times aren't helping, like it's just you gotta stop. You just gotta respect the trend. So I think I'm gonna pass this 100K account today from Tradeify. Um, yeah, I think there's like no rules on that for the eval, but for funded, yeah, they'll. Am I in something? No, I'm not. Not right now. I was, but not anymore. Price for account, Mikey. The Tradeify 100K account was $15 when I bought it because they had like an Advent calendar sale thing. This was like 3 days ago. Yeah, it was on Sunday. It was only one account though, but still like just for fun. Might as well for $15, right? Yeah, but that's fine, Nate. It's an 100K account. Yeah, they do, Cam. I did. I said that like this was like way too good to pass up. Um, this trade, this short down to the 15-minute equal lows. That's what we took. Yeah, I mean that's how every prop firm does it, except for MFFU, which is why I think that they're the best value. Yeah, no activation fee for MFFU. So getting pretty choppy now. What am I doing? There we go. Yeah, MFFU was going to change their prices. You know what's crazy is it took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days to get all the way up here to 22.5 basically, and in one day we've just eliminated all of that work. I made it myself, or I think I used Canva and I just threw a Santa hat on it. Oh, okay, okay. Good momentum. Might put in this 3-minute OB here. We got 12 seconds before that happens. This is a good OB if we get it. So I prefer to see OBs when the candle closes over the wick. So for me, that's not an OB. But regardless, this 2 minute is going to be really good if we get it. Do we have a link for the Santa hat? No, I think you can just like look up whatever online, like just like transparent Santa hat, and it'll pop up. Almost just pumped 100 points off the low in 2 candles. Probably not the best momentum. We could probably get better. Might need to wait, you know. I think 50 points a candle is pretty bad. Yeah, let's try and figure out a target. So like we want to target unfilled liquidity. So maybe this 3 minute would be a good target to start with. And then oh no, the 15. So yeah, the 15 would be the best target here. And then after that, I don't know. Just like internal highs. So maybe this high here would be a good target. And then maybe the equal highs there. But it doesn't even look like we're gonna get it. Steve, I've never heard of them. You like that name sounds like a scam name, to be honest. Funded Futures Family. That sounds like Take Profit Trader or whatever it is 2.0. William, I don't know if you were here for my explanation as to why I like to wait for the OB closes over the wicks, but it has to do with nothing related to um, like tick streams or algo or anything like that. It literally has to do with something so much dumber than that. So you can see that the candle here at 15.15 is like this wick here, right? Kind of. And if you go down to the lower time frame, since time is fractal, what do you think wicks are like on the lower time frame? Like for example, this wick at 1401. On the lower time frame, a candle wick is going to present itself as a BPR. So let's try and get back to where that was at. Was it? It was 1401, right? So this is 1401 here. So most of the time, that wick is going to present itself in the form of a BPR somewhere, right? And so the reason why I like to wait for the candle to close below or above the wick is because I need that BPR to be inversed on the lower time frame. That's literally the only reason why. What you're saying about algo and stuff makes sense, but it's just for me what I've seen work more through like forward testing is just waiting for the 3 minute OB to form when we close over the candle wick, and then anything before that usually like the OB isn't as prevalent or isn't as strong. And you can kind of see that happening here, right? Like we don't want to see candles violating 50% of the OB, and if it happens, then we're probably going lower, which is what's happening here. So by what you're saying, whenever we close above the open, this OB should be valid and it shouldn't fail. But as what you're saying here, I mean, this is one example. Obviously, it's me cherry picking, but even in this instance, like when I'm saying this isn't a valid OB, it's clearly failing. So I want price to violate the BPR, right? So if this is a bearish BPR here that forms with this wick, I want to see price violate that BPR to know that I'm going higher. Like on the 1 second, there's probably a BPR here that we just can't see. That's the case for all wicks, right? Like that's why like waiting for the candles to close over the wicks is so important, right? Because those wicks on the lower time frame, since time is fractal, are just smaller lower time frame BPRs that need to be inversed. That's why we wait. That's why we need to see, like, for continuation, we need to see candle bodies close below the wicks with good speed, with good momentum. Otherwise, we're just respecting the BPR. But yeah. So it looks like this quote-unquote 3-minute OB is going to fail, which it wasn't an OB, in my opinion. But yeah. Yeah, Parsable is still going down. We're going for the data wick, I guess, at here. We're going for this data wick. So I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I mean, take a short, I guess. Yeah, Steve, we had almost 300 earlier, I think, right around FOMC, and then people just trickled out. But yeah, this is everybody from AM stream as well. This is just PM. All right, well, there's the data low taken. OSFL. Let's go. Don't worry, you guys didn't miss anything. I don't think there was a short setup to get us there, but yeah, even like this stupid 30-second short is gonna work for some reason. Like, why does this work? Yeah, it was an old data low from like 12/11 or something. Yeah, of course. Like, there's always gonna be a reason why these work, but it's dumb. Like, we should see like reversals after dropping like 200 points, and we just haven't. It's now 400 points lower, 500 points lower, something like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm super happy. I'm up a good chunk of change this PM stream, so I'm not disappointed at all in how it's gone. But what do you guys think about this stream? How do you think it's gone? I mean, there hasn't been a whole lot for me to say other than just, well, we're shorting. Awesome, Ursula. Good to hear. Good to hear. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, me too. I'm glad that we're not at all-time highs either. Maybe we can finally get some clean setups going into tomorrow. I'm guessing we're going to put in a lot of unfilled liquidity, so they'll be good targets. We'll have like this 1 hour gap that will be like the major target that we're going to probably draw for tomorrow. How many points? Lost. We got like 40, I think. The big play that we took was this 1 minute short that we got down to the 15-minute equal lows. And that worked till this low at like 22,038. So if the entry was at here, it worked for 50 points actually. So only 10% of the points that we could have possibly gotten. But I took like some other dumb, stupid 1 minute shorts that end up working, and I don't know. You know how it gets during trend day. The IFEG model does not do well during trend day, so we've just been watching and tape reading pretty much. Yeah. Did anybody take longs and get smoked? Just out of curiosity. And if so, why? All right, Risk Feast. What long did you take? You wanna come up on stage and explain the thought process? Rate the 3-minute. It's a 3-minute. I don't know. Nah, you're tilting? Okay. Then probably the best thing would be to get off. That's what I would say. It sounds like you've used up your mental capital. You're damaging your fuel pump right now in your car, so maybe call it. Yeah, Travis, I got you. Yeah, for me, I didn't want to take that because of the conflicting draw. But I'm glad we were able to take the short to it anyway. I think Jesse that makes sense. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we're just so bearish right now. Fair enough, Travis. 30 seconds short again. I mean, I guess if it's there, it'll probably work. This is so dumb because it's going to work. Like, this is so stupid. Imagine this is the first short that doesn't work. That would be crazy. Nope, it worked. Why does it work? Why does it work? Why does it work? That's so dumb. Like, literally, if you would have just waited for the retrace there, you could have made 20 points. Almost. 15 points, something like that. In like 5 seconds. Sometimes you have to wait like agonizing amounts of time during AM for 15 points. And right there, just 5 seconds. All right, chat. You think we're going to get a reversal? I'm not really feeling it. I'm not thinking it's going to happen. We might end up hitting this low by end of day. That would be crazy. I think there's no way we don't see a soup there, right? Like, we'd have to see a soup here. We're down almost 3% on the day, by the way. No. I'm saying, yeah, this low down here. It's 619. If we go for it, we'd have, I mean, there'd have to be a soup, right? No, what happened to crypto? You took the 30-second short, William? That's so funny. Oh, yeah, Bitcoin's down a little bit. I wonder how MSTR is doing. If Bitcoin's down that much and the whole market's down that much. Oh my god. What is happening? What the hell? How is this even a wick? Or like a candle? How does this. What? That's crazy. Oops. QH, cool. I didn't even mean to do that, but. Okay, like there's just no way we don't see a reversal after taking a daily low out of this, right? Like. We just dropped, like, literally, if you would have just taken this 30-second inverse, you would have made so much money. This was like almost another 100 points. I don't know. What is NUKK? Nucleus. Huh. What the hell? $1? What is this? If you would have just taken that 30-second short that I said was going to work, you would have been up 100 points. Who held? Did anybody hold? There's just no way we don't reverse after this, right? We have to put in like the daily wick. Okay, so we hit the low. Nah, we just dropped another 30 points. We literally just dropped another 30 points after hitting the low. That's crazy. 40 points. This is just craziness. We hit the daily gap now, right? Like, there's no way we don't get a reversal, right? Like, we're not going to end the day on like a flat bottom candle, are we? Nope. We're just going to keep going down. Wow, we just dropped another 60 points. I don't even know what these 1 minute candles are anymore. We're just dumping straight down. Wow, we just dropped another 100 points. What the hell? We've almost dropped 1,000 points since FOMC. We just dropped 100 points in a single 1 minute candle. So yeah, these are account blowing conditions, by the way, guys. This is where you blow accounts. Yeah. Um. Wow. This is this is insane. Dude, from 320 until right now, we've dropped 350 points. In 20 minutes, we've dropped almost 400 points. I don't even know if you could trade a micro in these conditions and have good risk to reward. All right, so yeah, like I was saying at the beginning of the session, what I would need to see in order to get short long term would be if we inverse like these for value gaps here, which I honestly wasn't expecting to like be serious about anytime soon. And now we're in those gaps. So I guess if we inverse these daily gaps, I'll be looking to take shorts in the next year. I'm actually interested to see what the 350 macro does today. Today's 350 macro is probably going to be crazy. I bet you the options contracts today are crazy. Oh my god, we're down $20 on QQQ. We're down almost 4% on the day. The puts today that were expiring today are up 3,000%. No, sorry, tomorrow. Today they're up almost 10,000%. 11,000%. Oh my god, 11,000%. 11,000%. Bro, what is today? Okay, I think if we got this 30-second inverse, it would be pretty good up. There's the break even. There's TP1. Shatev, the only thing that I took was the 1 minute short down to the 15-minute equal lows. We got it here on this candle close and then sold everything there. And then I missed out on 600 points, something like that. Yeah, it makes sense to get a reversal here before the 350 macro, right? We got to put in that daily wick, so see how this candle closes. Plus, we're delivering out of the daily Visi now, so that was kind of the idea behind that 30-second long working. It kind of looked like a manipulation leg too. It's like the best inverse we've gotten. Up 80 points now, but probably stopped break even there on this candle. But it was just 2022ing. Tom, anytime you pass an eval, it's good. Exactly, Jordan. I think I'd be out most there at that high. If you were in on the 30-second there, you chased anything. And I don't think I would trade the 350 macro. This is going to be insane. Nice, Yuki. Adri, I have no idea. Yeah, Fahrenheit. I'd say we're officially away from all-time highs. Yeah, absolutely, Panda. Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot to learn today. I mean, the market goes down. I mean, that's about all you can learn. was clean. Lost in space. Nice. It just pumped another 50 points since you sent that screenshot. Yeah, these are the days where you can blow accounts or you can pass accounts, and that's about it. There's no in between. Like you're either gonna blow the account or you're gonna pass it. Yeah, and it's just the federal funds rate. 5 minute? No, I'm not taking a 5 minute. Are you kidding? Yeah, let's take a 5 minute, guys. Yep. Let's just enter here, stop loss here, take profit up here. Yep. Yeah. We have literally 5 minutes left in the day on this 5 minute candle close. But yeah, let's take an 130 point stop here. I mean, honestly though, like that 30-second was so fire. Please tell me somebody took that. That was so textbook. This is AMD. I'm pretty sure I called this, right? It probably break even to you, but I mean, this is what AMD looks like on the lower time frame. Yo, what's up? Sorry, my headphones are off. All right, I can hear you now. You see this 30-second long? It was textbook. It was fire. It was clean AMD. We got the V-shaped recovery set up, singular gap. I said it looked really good, but I'm not going to be obviously longing after we just dropped 600 points. But I figured, yeah, with the macro and everything, I've been done for the day. Yeah. Now we're looking at this 5 minute. It's only 135 point stop, so figured it'd be pretty good risk reward. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, I passed my Tradeify eval, my $15 one. So I thought this was going to be a soup. I thought this daily low we were just going to hit and then maybe see a reversal from there. But no, we went all the way down. It was crazy. All right, guys, we got the 5 minute entry here in 20 seconds. Who's taking this? 130 point stop. Yeah, it's nuts. All right, there's the entry on the 5 minute, and there's the retrace for it. And your target's going to be the 15 minute civvy here. This is textbook, guys. 5 minute entry. Don't worry, guys. It's only down 40 points right now. We still have 90 to go before the stop loss hits. We still have 70 to go. Uh, we still have, I don't know, a bunch of points. 80. All right, guys. Well, I think this is going to be it for me. If you like what you've seen from PM and the way that I call price and the way that I explain things and answer questions, and you're interested in joining, go to wap.com/nqreliable. Sign up is $50 a month, and we'll be in here every day, 1:30 to 4. Other than that, thank you guys for stopping by and asking all the questions and being engaged and listening to me rant and spew my stuff. And hopefully you guys were able to catch that 1 minute short that we took. But other than that, I think that's going to be me. Yeah, we took the 1 minute short down to the 15-minute equal lows. This one. Here, I'll. Why not? Yeah. I said it, yeah. I mean, I said it was way too good not to take. Like, you have to take this. You can tell he's been to the dentist. Yo, are we on Fort anytime soon? Let's do it. All right, cool. Yes. All right. Well, that's gonna be it for me, chat. Thanks for stopping by. We'll be back for next FOMC. Maybe I'll do a free stream again in the future. This was fun. All right. Peace out.